everybody, welcome back to my channel. First vlog back postpartum. It feels good to be back. I'm not sure if you watched my last video, but basically just went over my birth story, birth vlog-ish. If you're curious, you can go watch that. I did dye my hair, went kind of back to my natural with a little bit of highlights. I kind of wanted to get rid of a bit of the red. It was just so hard to upkeep, although I wish I could keep that color forever because it was my favorite hair color I've ever had. I just didn't want to deal with roots, so I was like, just give me something that I can like grow out and like not think about it. But I was just about to pump. I got this pump actually because someone on my TikTok recommended it. I was using a hand pump originally, but these are so much easier. It comes with two. I got them off Amazon. They were like 15% off at the time. I do one at a time, just like 10 minutes on one boob and then I switch it and do 10 minutes on the other, just so that I'm not washing both that often. It's just, I have one, it's easy. Use a little bit of this and I don't know, works for me. The normal flange fits perfectly, but yeah, if you're gonna get this, I think they do come with inserts. We obviously have our baby Brezza sterilizer and formula dispenser thing, bottle warmer. This station is just a lot. So just give me a second while I pop these in. Okay, so basically just like fits on your boob. And then I have my dirty nursing bra. I don't even know what brand this is. It's quite old. And then I just put it in one. And I leave it there for about 10 minutes and then I switch to the other side and I kind of build up a little bit of a supply. I have a freezer stash going. I have some milk in the fridge. Fresh milk is good for, I think, up at room temp up to 4 hours. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll pump now and then I'll pump in 3 hours and kind of combine those. And that will be like a feeding, because there's one thing about my daughter. She likes to eat. She is just like her mom. She loves to freaking eat. I don't know what's normal for newborns to eat in a bottle, because when I'm breastfeeding, like I don't know how much she's getting from me. Same thing with my son. Like I never knew how much they're getting from me. I just know what I'm able to pump. But I think babies are good at getting more. I don't even know. All I know is that when she does eat, she has about between 5 and 6 ounces, like, and she freaking chugs that stuff. She always leaves a little bit at the end, so I know like she doesn't need more. But yeah, she is growing fast. She was, like I said in my last video, she was born early, so she was tiny when she was born, but she gained weight so fast and she is way bigger than my son was at this point. So it's just nice to not have that stress of like, is my baby getting enough? Because we kind of do it all. Because I am bottle feeding as well as breastfeeding and she takes both, it's so easy because other people can, like Arky can even feed her. And it's nice because I have the freedom to go do things if I needed to. Like when I went to my OB appointment yesterday, like the postpartum one, I was gone for hours and I didn't have to stress about like, oh my God, who's gonna feed my baby? I didn't have to bring my baby with me. She was just with her father, everything was good. I didn't have to worry about nothing. Was stuck in traffic for a long time on the way home, didn't have to stress. I just pumped in the car, like it was so easy. Like, wow. Did not do this the first time around and probably, I don't regret anything, but I kind of regret that. I am gonna chat a little bit about my postpartum experience so far because it's been amazing, but there's also been some things that were a little bit stressful that I didn't experience the first time around. I think as a whole, this experience has just been better because I'm like out in the summer. My son has a bunch of activities, so we're constantly doing things. We're seeing friends and family and we're busy, but we're also making sure to like relax at home and take things easy and slow. The first week was rough in a sense of like, we wanted her to gain her weight. I wanted to make sure I was feeding her. I was trying to establish breastfeeding. I got engorged. It was really painful. Trying to get a lactation consultant to help in that situation. Like that was probably the hard part of it. Also, you're like sleep deprived and I was healing from a C-section. So I felt a little bit like, whoa, not overwhelmed, just like a lot. I was like, whoa, this is a lot. But at the same time, I felt so happy. And I remember I had one friend pull me aside. She's like, Alex, if you're feeling like sad, it's okay to let yourself, like, don't put on this front. And I was like, no, I'm not putting on a front. Like, I genuinely feel so happy. And I think it's because of the 2 years of longing for this. I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, everything I dreamed of is here. Then at, I think it was 10 days postpartum, so my bleeding had kind of started to stop. And then 10 days postpartum, I woke up in the middle of the night like covered in blood, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm hemorrhaging. I was like, okay, like before anything, let me just like change, I'll put a pad in and I'll see what happens. I fill up the pad like so quickly, and I remember they had told me that if I'm filling up pads like within an hour, then to go into the ER. So I wasn't allowed to drive. They had told me, healing from a C-section, I'm not allowed to drive. But like 1 a.m, we have a baby, a newborn baby, and my son and my husband. I was like, I can't wake everyone up to get in the car to bring me to the ER. So what I did was I called the birthing center and I said, how dangerous is it for me to drive right now? And they said, I mean, it's not ideal, but obviously if it's an emergency, you gotta do what you gotta do. So what I decided to do was drive to my parents' house and have them drive me to the hospital, because I really wanted to go to the same hospital that I delivered, just because my OB is based out of there. They have all my files, like everything is just there. I didn't feel like it was as much of an emergency where I could go to a closer one and wait for hours and hours. Like, I didn't know what the situation was. And the girl from the birthing unit was like, kind of led me to believe like, yes, come in, but also don't stress yourself out. Like, you can make it here, that's fine. Like, I think I was 35 minutes away, so it wasn't like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense. Regardless, I went to the ER because the birthing unit wouldn't take me since it's past a week. There's like a policy, so I went straight to ER. Triage, they kind of like took all my vitals, which everything was normal, which they said, we don't think you're hemorrhaging, because if that was the case, like, we would definitely see signs in other aspects. So basically my dad was with me and we waited. I was there for 12 hours. So fun. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I feel like if it was such an emergency, they would like rush me back. My bleeding at that point, like, it was still a lot, but I wasn't filling up pads within the hour, like the big postpartum pads. It was kind of like slowing down, which I was like, okay, so this, but like, why am I bleeding so much all of a sudden? That's so weird. We just waited for a long time. And then finally, after ultrasound, multiple ultrasounds and doctors looking through it, gynae came down and they said, okay, you basically have a lot of clots stuck inside of your uterus. Your cervix closed, the clots can't get out. You're not contracting enough to push them all out. But you have no tissue, so there's no leftover placenta. There's nothing in there to cause you to have infections. It's just basically like the clots are stuck in there that normally come out postpartum. And I was having them. I guess my contractions just weren't enough. By the way, guys, I'm so sorry if you're squeamish. I should probably say this before anything. If you're squeamish, if you don't like blood or hearing about blood, just turn off the video now. So fun. But they went in, just there, me on the table, pushing on my stomach, on my incision, pulling them out of me. No anesthesia, nothing like that. Just trying to get as much as they could. That was honestly really, really freaking painful. Like, that was not fun at all. That hurt so bad. And they kept being like, we're so sorry, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. But like, they just needed to get him out. And then at one point the doctor was like, you know what? We can just be doing this all day long. Like, it's the gift that just keeps on giving. So we're gonna put you on this medication that's gonna make you contract, make all the clots come out, and it's for like 48 hours straight, and then you should be good. We'll do a follow-up, blah, 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 blah. So I get this medication, nothing happens. No contractions for 48 hours. I'm like, what the heck? Didn't even work. So my OB made me, she was like, we need to get another ultrasound. I don't want you going back to the ER. Let's just go private. We decided to do that. Went to this private clinic, got the ultrasound. He was like, you have about 3 ounces of clots stuck like inside of your like cervix and your canal, like that need to come out. If I were you, I would just like have someone go in and take them out, but it's your decision, whatever. And so my OB was like, okay, before we do that, let's just wait and see if they come out on their own. Wait like 5 days, I think it was at this point. If not, come back and see me. Luckily, over the weekend, I had a bunch come out, and then like over time, they've just been coming out slowly, which was nice. But that was actually really scary because I mean, no one wants to go to the ER 10 days postpartum when you have a newborn baby. And like I said, luckily she was able to take the bottle because I had no stress or fear that she like wasn't okay. For me, it was more just like I need to pump to keep my supply up. So luckily I had the hand pump. I was able to do that. But yeah, I'm very, very, very grateful that it wasn't anything more serious. It was just clots. It's been 10 minutes. BRB. I just wanted to switch my pump to the other side. All right, that's done. This is so easy, by the way, guys. I'll link it down below if you're curious. Just doing laundry, I can like feed her and pump on the other side, do dishes, walk around, pump in my car, like on the go. You just charge them at night. So I basically just use them all day and then I plug them in overnight. I don't think these get out all, like I don't think it completely empties your boob. I think it depends, but it's keeping my supply up. And because I'm not exclusively pumping, I don't think it matters. Like I don't know if I would do this if I was exclusively pumping, but not being stuck to a wall, like holding my pumps has been game changer. So the other thing I have been experiencing postpartum really bad this time are intrusive thoughts. My friend lent me this book and I just started it, but like already I find it so helpful to like kind of learn about what intrusive thoughts are, the science behind it, and like what you can do to help yourself. And it's basically one of those books that like you kind of read the parts that apply to you, because there are different types of intrusive thoughts, which I didn't even realize. I still kind of get them, but it was really bad. I'd say like the first 3 weeks postpartum. Oh my gosh, this book and therapy have been a huge lifesaver, and I wanted to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is BetterHelp, because honestly saved me. Like I said, I'm really not even that much into this book, but already I find it applies so much to my life. And then just talking to a therapist, I'm sure most of you are aware what BetterHelp is. If not, they are a website that connects you to a licensed therapist based off of your needs. Postpartum is such a wild time, but like there are so many times in life where I feel like therapy is so beneficial. I really believe every single person should be in therapy. It's like when you are a member at the gym to work out your body, this is like working out your brain, and BetterHelp is so great for that because they are a lot more affordable than anything else, at least where I live. Like anything that I found way more affordable. You can do it from the comfort of your own home, and then you will find a therapist that is suited for your specific needs. So for me right now, I'm really dealing with postpartum hormones and intrusive thoughts and like all those scary things. So having someone to talk to is just very, very helpful. You are connected with someone, but if you're not feeling it with that person, you can always change for no fee at all. The person will not be offended. They will help you find someone else. It's not a self-help line though, so it's only to connect with your therapist, to schedule meetings and all that stuff, but it's really, really amazing. Like I could not recommend it more. You can use my code, which is betterhelp.com/Centomo to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Centomo, my last name, to get 10% off your first month. My intrusive thoughts and what my therapist kind of explained to me is because of the hormones, your progesterone and estrogen drops very quickly postpartum. Like they're high in pregnancy and then they shoot down, and then you have oxytocin and you just have like a lot of hormone spikes and dips and stuff like this. And so your brain kind of goes, woo. Intrusive thoughts are a form of postpartum OCD, which I didn't even know was a thing. There's so many things that happen postpartum, but I'm just gonna give a little trigger warning now. I'm gonna talk about what my intrusive thoughts are, so I don't want anyone to like feel upset. For example, like stairs were a big one for me. I would be so terrified that I was gonna drop my baby down the stairs. Like I would be standing at the top of the staircase looking down, like dreading walking down, because I'm picturing it in my mind, me dropping her, and it would come out of nowhere. Or I would be walking down the hall and just like picture me like banging her head against the wall by accident. Or like I would be like feeding her and I'm like, oh my god, what if I just dropped her and she fell on the ground? And then I would like picture her falling on the ground and like hurting herself, and it would like, it gives me chills now to think about it because it was so vivid in my mind, and I was like, why did that just pop in my mind? Or it even started happening with my son too, which it never happened before. I'd be like at a swimming lesson, I would just picture him drowning or something, like, and it would be so intense to the point where I was like, I need to remove myself from this situation right now because I'm feeling so emotional. And even just today, I was in the shower this morning and my husband was with my daughter, and I was like, what if I just heard him falling down the stairs right now holding her? Like, and it just pops into my mind, these visions, and it was really, really tough at the beginning because I did not experience this the first time around at all to this extent, and I felt like I was going crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I had no control over my mind, and I was like, why are these images popping into my head? I don't want these images in my head. And I realized quickly that it's so common. The amount of my friends that have dealt with this Even my mom said she still has intrusive thoughts here and there, like now in life. That was just like the main thing I was dealing with postpartum that was really scary, that I wanted to kind of get a grasp on. I feel like therapy, along with hormones slowly starting to balance off a little bit, has been helpful, but like I said, they still kind of happen and it's not fun. But I will link this book down below if anyone else is curious to read it, because like I said, there's other types of intrusive thoughts that I didn't realize existed. So I feel like it could be very helpful for women that are dealing with that, because reading it at the beginning, I was kind of like, ooh, this might be a little triggering for me, but then it became very, very helpful in understanding what they were. But other than the scary intrusive thoughts and the like little clot situation, I'm feeling really, really good. Like my mood is really good. And I think just going into this experience with an open mind, having years of therapy under my belt, and just knowing the signs to look out for certain things, like if I'm feeling really overwhelmed, being able to speak about that. Like I have my best friend who's in the same boat as me right now. We both have our newborns and we just message each other. It'll be like 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, like X, Y, and Z. And she'll be like, me too. And we just chat about it. And it feels really good to be able to talk to somebody about it that gets it, because I could talk to my husband about it. I could talk to a therapist about it. And yes, it's helpful, but like someone who's in the exact same boat as me, I'm like, well, there's nothing like this, because we so feel what the person is going through at this exact moment. And it's nice to have somebody like that. So I think, I don't know, I'm just very grateful, and I'm excited for the fall, because you guys know me with fall. I'm gonna have this like cute little baby that we can do all the fall activities with my son, and he is so obsessed with his sister. He asks to hold her all the time, to hug her, to help. Like he is so sweet. It was actually so funny. Dan and I were laughing so much because we just were like, he's so cute and protective over her. Dan was changing her and accidentally like nicked the side of her nose when he was taking off her onesie, like a little tiny, like the smallest little, not even a cut, but like he like nicked her skin, and he was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And so Arkham's like, whoa, what happened? And so Dan told him like, oh, I accidentally nicked her. And Arkham looked at him and was like, don't hurt our daughter. And we just were like, we totally get it. We totally understand, like you're so upset that but it was like an accident. And so Dan, like afterwards, Dan and I were laughing about it. We're like, he's so cute to be like protective of that and like get mad at his dad. I'm like, you can't hurt her. And the fact that he called her our daughter, like it was so funny. It's the sweetest thing to see. I'm loving the 4-year age gap, honestly. Like my son I don't know if it's his personality or the age gap or combination of the two, but like he's old enough to understand things. He wants to be around her. He's such a gentle soul. I don't feel like I'm carrying a newborn and also having to tend to a toddler who doesn't fully understand things yet. Like, and that's not to shade anyone else that's in that situation, but like it's just made the experience a lot easier for me. And you know, my son starts school in the fall, so it's gonna be just me and the baby, and I get to kind of have that newborn experience just one-on-one again, which I had the first time. So now I get to have it again the second time, and it's really nice because I'm gonna have like all this time to be with her and learn about her and to connect with her, and then when my son gets home, to connect with him. It's just, I feel like we're in a really good place and everything kind of happened the way it was meant to happen. And I'm really rambling. This is gonna be a long vlog, but we have a fun swim meet tomorrow night, which I'll bring you guys along to, and then we have a few other activities. I'm just so happy, guys. I'm so freaking happy. Oh, and the dogs are doing amazing. The dogs, I mean, Boo was around when we had Arkham, and so he was really used to like a new baby coming in. And then we got Finch when Arky was 15 months old, I believe. And so I don't know, Finch is like they're both such chill dogs. They're so easy. So when we brought Rue home, and because we have so many babies that come over all the time, because I have friends that have babies, we have family members that have babies, that the dogs are just used to it. And Finch is getting so much attention from Arky because he's obsessed with him. And then Boo is just very much in love with Rue, and Boo and Rue. He just like lies by her, and just, it's the cutest thing to see. And sometimes we just all snuggle on the couch together, and it's the best. So that transition has also been really easy. And guys, I'm not just trying to sugarcoat things. Like, this is just my reality. I know there are still struggles. Like, it's not amazing all the time, but I just feel like because I'm comparing it to like being postpartum in a worldwide pandemic, also having an infection and C. difficile, like this is just, everything is just amazing this time around. So I just feel so lucky and so grateful and incredible, and I can't wait to just do all the things for the first time again with more confidence in myself, because that was a thing that I had none of. So if you were to ask me what is easier, 0 to 1 or 1 to 2, for us, 1 to 2 way easier. Like, you know, I mean, okay, 6 weeks postpartum, let's see in a few months what it's like, but so far so good. So I just fed her before, I don't know, like this is about 3 ounces of milk, and that's like 10 minutes on each side. So I know a lot of people get a lot more milk than I do. I don't have like the best supply, that's why I always kind of like supplement, but I'm not gonna be pumping forever either. That's one thing that I've been talking about with my therapist. Not be pumping for 15 months this time, because ruined my mental health last time. My goal is like 3 months, and then to use the freezer stash up until 6 months, and then just to continue with formula only. We'll see. I'm taking it day by day. Love this liquid gold. I'm gonna give you guys a little update on the basement. It's been a while.
Come see what I'm building.
You want me to see what you're building? Wow.
Pretty good setup, huh?
It's incredible. As you can see, we didn't finish the basement because we had a baby, but we're in no rush. Everything is like, I don't know, semi-finished.
Safe and usable.
Yeah, it's safe and usable. Like we have our pot lights in, outlets are covered over here. So we just kind of use this space for the kids when they come over, and we will finish this eventually. It's just, you know, we have a baby.
I was just building this whole setup. I was sweaty.
Yeah? It looks amazing though.
This is my favorite house.
This one right here?
It's kind of, it's not ready.
It looks great. I love Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse goes up and down.
Wow.
Look, he goes like this and like this.
Wow.
He's on the handle, he goes up and down.
Yeah. You built that?
Yeah.
I love everything that you have here. It looks so good.
This would go here.
Wow.
The flower.
I have to say, these pregnancy leggings have been so good postpartum because they just like hold everything in place. Rue just woke up, so let's go get her. I get so excited. Hi, honey. With the knees. Oh my gosh, that's great. Hi, honey.
Was it so good? Oh, baby girl.
Hi, my baby girl.
Oh my goodness, hello. Hi, you hungry? Are you hungry? You wanna get some food? You wanna get some milky? Let's get some milky. I'm so happy.
Dad made the most amazing meal.
Did the steak a little different this time. I did like strips.
Yum.
Well, first I seared it, then I cut them into strips and re-seared it, and then I added a little sauce.
It's so good. Some corn and mashed potatoes. This is from the local farm. They're so good. It's like corn season, right? So it's sweet, juicy, incredible. Mmm.
Mashed potato with ketchup? Wow, good idea. Mmm.
Oh. Hot. Whoa. It's so sweet and so good.
What's the corn?
10 out of 10, Dad.
My little angel girl.
All right, I'm going for my first attempt at a run this morning. My goal is 1K, jogging really slow. Dan said to make sure that when I'm running, I could still feel like I'm gonna have a conversation with someone. That's like the best tell to make sure you're going at the proper pace. Just gonna take it slow and jog on and off. We'll see how I feel. I'm not concerned about my stomach. It's more like my joints, my ankles, my knees, my hips, because obviously the added weight that I have from pregnancy and not working out for a while. I'm just a little bit nervous that my joints are not gonna be able to take the impact, and I don't wanna get injured, but I just really miss running, so I'm gonna try, go slow and see how I feel. Wearing this really old shirt because unfortunately a lot of my sports bras don't fit properly because my boobs are just so big right now that I'm nervous that I'm just gonna get inappropriate attention. So normally I would just wear this with the same shorts as yesterday, the comfy ones. It's done. I did it. 1.2K. I'm sweating like crazy. I did a little bit of like a leg butt routine in the garage, just like on a mat. I followed this like TikTok for postpartum exercise, really easy, and then I just stretched. I feel so good now. I'm gonna go shower and get ready for the day. I've noticed that ever since like kind of working out again, my supply has really dropped, and I think it's because I'm like sweating more, so I'm a bit more dehydrated. So I saw on a TikTok that people say that these really help to hydrate you, but Dan said they were like, how much were they again, Dan? 2 for $6, which to me is so expensive for this little thing. So I was like, I might as well just drink my liquid IV, because I get those little packets, like the big bag from Costco, and they were on sale last time. So I was like, why don't I just chug those? Ugh. Doesn't even taste good. Strawberry banana. Just want to get my supply's not like super low, it's just like significantly lower. I noticed the past day, like especially yesterday, I was like, whoa. But then I was like, did I even drink that much water today? Normally I'm so thirsty, but it was weird. I want to show you guys like the stuff we've been using for bottle feeding, because I got a question on TikTok about that, and I figured maybe some people would be interested. Hold on. So we love these MAM bottles. MAM is the brand. Does it say here? MAM. We have different colors, but I like them because they're just easy. We have the bigger ones too for when she starts drinking more, but they come apart. I don't know, they have a valve at the nipple, so under here, which allows the airflow to go in, so you can have, by the way, that's Dan just cleaning if you hear that noise. You can have the milk like totally in the nipple. You don't have to worry about like feeding her a specific way. Just helps to like not have as much air in her belly, although we still do have to burp her quite often because I think she has a bit of reflux. Right now she's drinking 5 ounces every feed. Did I say this already? Anyways, and I'll show you the formula we've been using. The hip, this is the Dutch one. They also have like a German one. They have a French one, like a bunch of different ones. They're from Europe. I get them from formuland.com or .ca. It's like a Canadian distributor for like all these like more natural type things. I did a lot of research when it came to formula, and I spoke to a lot of my friends, and I have a lot of friends that use this one and they swear by it. The ingredients are really good. To be honest, I wanted to give her something that I didn't find had as many negative articles towards. And I think that like that doesn't exist with anything in life. Like literally any food you eat, you're gonna find an article that's negative about it. So any formula is good. Fed is best. I ended up just buying a ton of these like in bulk. And then we'll move up to, this is like the number 1, and then we'll go to number 2 when she's 6 months old. And I don't know, I feel like she's just thriving on it. She really likes it. It is super filling. There's no English on it, but there is French, and obviously we speak and read French because we're from Quebec, so I just kind of like read over it and just made sure that I liked it. Okay, and last thing is this. It has 3 different compartments. We already used 2. I always usually have them filled with the amount of formula that she needs for a feeding. So when we're out and about, it comes with this little spout. You just open it and it pours directly from this little container. It makes it so easy to travel with formula. And then we usually just have like a bottle with distilled water. She drinks at room temp. She drinks at body temp. I've never offered to her cold, but like I don't really need to. I feel like we just give most things warmed up or at room temp. And she takes it no problem. About all we do for formula. And then like for cleaning purposes, just have the sponge with bottle cleaner, and then like this rack sterilizer. This is the dish soap we're using right now for the bottles, and this is the current brush. Couldn't think of the word. Need to wash these. Showed this already. Vitamin D drops. We also do give her a probiotic, which we do every morning. That's my nursing bra. We keep this one in the fridge if it will focus. Yeah. We just do 6 drops every morning.
So I use this tool for the dog hair, because our dog's hair gets stuck in everything.
Like you scrape it off of things.
Yeah, you just rub it on the carpet. But if you look, starting here, this is the back of the couch, that carpet, and the black carpet. Look all the way there and curl around.
all these like dog fur, dust bunnies, crumbs. That's all just in these carpets, like stuck in there.
The vacuum, when you go over the carpet, it just doesn't take it out. It's stuck in the fibers. So this.
And the couch.
So I have to do this couch, if you look on the side.
Oh yeah, you can see all the dog fur.
And then I'm gonna do this carpet and her playmat after. Just get rid of the dog hair.
Oh, that's satisfying. Let me just watch you pick it all up. For a morning pump, this one is like quite low. So I know everything is like normal with your supply. It can dip, it can go up or whatever, but you know, I want to be able to keep up with her needs. So hopefully that body armor helps and just me staying more hydrated. Oh my God, that's like another animal.
It's not breastfeeding related.
That is so gross. All right, it is a lot later. We are heading to our last swim meet of the night.
Last one of the night.
Yeah.
One of the summer. It's the last Wednesday night meet. It's kind of a fun meet.
Yeah. It's my turn to record.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell a story. Now I'm gonna tell a story about her.
Okay, what's
She
the
tried bringing me to Indigo, but my mom and dad said no. So she got really, really mad.
That's the story?
That's the creepy story. Now the garbage bin down there is really, really creepy because there's a raccoon that got mutated because he drank some sort of toxic glue. And
So Stranger Things.
what?
Stranger Things.
Really?
With the rats, remember?
With the bats?
Season 3, the rats.
The rat? Okay. Okay, I can tell you a scary story about rats.
Okay.
Once upon a time, rats stole pizza and then stole children so they could be his henchmen.
Wow.
Creepy, right?
That is really creepy.
Alex Chinchono.
Centomo.
Chinchomo.
No, Centomo.
Chintomo.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Alex Chintomo. So we need to hear about the tragic story of last night.
Okay, the tragic story. So, step 1, don't move the camera like this or else people watching it are gonna throw up from being dizzy.
Literally. What was the bad thing that happened last night?
Zayden
Oh no.
hid in the bushes while the lifeguards wanted to ding-dong ditch his house. And he scared them because he found out prior that they were gonna come do that. So him and his friends and his sisters jumped out and chased them with water guns.
Seriously?
And really scared them. It was really funny.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex Chinchomo. Water balloons and all that stuff. We so wrecked them. We chased them down the street. Okay, we are in the cemetery. Oh my God. Is that a zombie? I think that's a zombie. Okay, we need to go make sure that's not a zombie. Okay, we're going to the beach. Gosh.
The sun. What if it's quicksand?
Oh my God, what if it's quicksand, guys? But what if there's sea monsters? I don't think the canteen's open, guys. Free slushies! Okay, so remember what Alex said. No dizzying around because like people are gonna puke after us. And they're gonna put bad comments. Ah! Okay, guys. Are we ready?
Oh, we're going through this way?
Ooh, I think I just stepped in it. Okay, let's go. What?
There's a lot of things in there.
What do you think? We could get inside there. If we can get inside there, then we can survive. Remember you're chasing with the water gun? Yeah, that's crazy, right? Okay, we have to leave now.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Bye.
This is me. I'm a bobo-boo.
We came to grab, I came to grab an iced coffee. Like I said, Arky got his croissant. I love you so much. Yeah.
I got a croissant and it's very good. I knew I had a croissant.
You knew it. They make their own beans here and it's so good. I love you so much.
I love you too.
So, Olympic Day.
All the kids got divided up into like random countries, and they have activities and races. And
We're Team Italy.
yeah, Arkham's on Italy.
So he wore his Sicilia shirt that we got in Sicily. Just got a chicken Caesar salad. Dan got club wrap with fries and salad, and got Arky a grilled cheese, but he's still playing. I love a Caesar salad.
Love a wrap.
Oh my goodness, is she ever cutie?
You like that one?
I love her so much.
All right, I'm gonna end the vlog here because I was just sitting editing this and I vlogged so much that this video was gonna just turn into like an hour-long video. So I'm gonna split it up and have a vlog for next week, but I hope you enjoyed it. Again, a huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. You can check out my link down below in the description. And I'm excited to slowly get back into the swing of things. I'm not like coming back full force. I'm slowly integrating my life back into like working and showing up online and sharing my life and all that fun stuff, and there's good things to come, and I love you guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.